Much love. We need more of that while we're still alive and not suffering the consequences of nuclear war. A distraction from all of the craziness that is going on with Donald Trump and what he's tweeting and not tweeting and saying and not saying and doing is what's happening right now in Colorado, this Taylor Swift lawsuit that was brought against her by the man who allegedly groped her at a meet and greet. And I have so many thoughts about what happened, how she responded, and how people are responded. But before I even get into that, I just want to say that I love Taylor Swift. I don't have to agree with everything Taylor Swift says or does, but I love her so much, I love her like family. When you love somebody like family, you're not going to agree with everything, but at the end of the day, you're still family. Do I wish she would be more vocal about certain things? Sure. Am I going to stop loving her because she isn't? No. That's family love. And I've loved Taylor Swift for over a decade. Taylor Swift is the pop star now, or the star, the musician, the superstar that we need but don't deserve. Taylor Swift is immensely talented. She's super smart. Even the bad things that people accuse her of, I think are freaking good. So she's smart. So she's calculating. You should be. Who's not going to be smart and calculating? Madonna was uber smart and totally calculating. You don't want to just be like coasting through your career. I mean, some people do, but the smart ones have vision, drive, and execution. Taylor Swift has all of that, and talent. Every songwriter that's ever worked with her has said that. But what I don't understand is that Taylor Swift is one of the most talented and successful musicians right now, and yet she isn't loved the way that Adele is, or the way that Beyonce is. Beyonce and Adele are worshipped. They're almost universally adored. Like, it's painful for people to say something negative about Beyonce or Adele. And I don't quite get why Taylor Swift isn't on that level. I mean, Taylor Swift's been around longer than Adele. She's, I would say, just as successful. Maybe Adele sold more albums, but Taylor Swift's had more hits, and you can quantify success in different ways. Why don't people think about Taylor Swift the way they do about Beyonce or Adele? I'm really curious. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that she's a pretty blonde girl. A pretty blonde white girl. A lot of people are probably jealous. A lot of people think she's too vanilla. I don't know. I'd rather that be what people don't like about me than people hate me for awful things. I mean, come on. I love vanilla. I'm genuinely super attracted to vanilla. Like, when I date people, I like to date vanilla people. I'm not joking. And this week in court, today specifically, when Taylor Swift testified, she just reminded me of all the many reasons why I am fiercely a fan of hers, support her, and am loyal to her. Taylor could have very easily settled this bullshit lawsuit, which she's only countersuing for $1, and she's already spent probably in the millions of dollars to fight this lawsuit. Think about that. Taylor Swift has spent millions of dollars. She's had to hire multiple lawyers, billing top rate, working hundreds upon hundreds of hours, taking her entire team there, multiple security people, her mom, her family. She's rented out the entire top floor of a hotel. This ain't cheap. It would have been way cheaper for Taylor Swift to settle this lawsuit. But she did it because it was the right thing to do and because it's almost bigger than her. She's fighting not just for herself, but for women everywhere, so that they too can see that there will be repercussions to people's actions when they do something inappropriate, and that you should stand up for yourself. You should stand up for yourself, even if it isn't the easier route. And her testimony today was filled with so much frankness, candor, sass, and not letting that BS lawyer get away with anything. I have some guests coming in.
Aquí.
Hello.
Ahí.
¿Cómo te fue?
Bien.
Bien.
Sí.
Muy bien.
Súper bien.
Ay, qué bueno.
Yo me crucé sola a la piscina.
Wow, dame 5. Yeah, buddy. Estoy haciendo un video. ¿Quieres ver?
Me vas a dar un besito.
Oh, mua.
Ay, chocolate.
Ah, besito de chocolate. So anyways, yeah, I love Taylor Swift. That's it. And
Happy.
hi.
Hey, Happy.
Hi.
Yo quiero ver. Yo quiero ver el pan.
¿Qué? All right. So I love Taylor. I love Taylor Swift. I think she's awesome. I think people need to give her way more credit. Stop the hate. And I know her. I know the core of her being. She's a good person. She's a sweet person. She's a decent person. I like the lighting better here. There we go. And also, Taylor's coming to slay so hard. There has not been a woman-fronted song to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in over a year. That's cray-cray. Taylor's coming for that #1. I can't wait for her new era, whenever that will be. I also cannot wait for this Brangelina reconciliation, which I really hope is true and happens. According to reports, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie have called off the divorce. They're not officially back together yet, but when they broke up, I totally cried. I was so invested in that relationship. If you remember, as I reminded you all, I nicknamed them Brangelina. And yes, and I think, well, first of all, they have 6 kids together. That's a lot, right, Mia? I think their love was true. Their love can conquer. Love is stronger than any demons that any one of them may have been or may be suffering.
Baby.
So I really hope that happens. There we go. I really hope they can make it work. I want them to make it work. What else do I have to say about Brangelina? I'm just shipping it so hard. Let's make it happen. There you go. And finally, I heard 2 new songs today, both of which I have really strong opinions about. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. Ugh. Okay. Fifth Harmony came out with a new song called Angel. It's the second single off their forthcoming album. The album comes out in just 2 weeks, and I think it's going to be a hot mess, unfortunately. I don't like the new song Angel. It's too... I think it's inauthentic to them. I don't know. It just wasn't done well. Listen, Taylor Swift was able to transition from country to pop, but she did it really well. This new Fifth Harmony song is a straight up rhythmic urban jam. And not even a great one. It sounds like a Rihanna B-side to me. If they would have done it and they would have done it really well, then I would have been into it. But I'm not. I like Down better than this new song, Angel, and Down didn't do very well. On the flip side, Pink released a new song, and I love it. It's not groundbreaking, it's not revolutionary, it's Pink, and she's consistency queen. Pink is super solid. She gives you what she does, and she does what she does very well. That song's called What About Us, and it's one of those songs that you hear it the first time, and you instantly like it. I wouldn't say I loved it the first time I heard it, but then I heard it a second time and a third time, and I loved it. Because I love Pink, and she didn't disappoint. She gave me what she does, and I love that. And I love you for watching, and I love my kids, and I'm going to go give them some hugs and kisses now.